Yeah, Monambimbi, he. Wagura Monambimbi, he. Mumamuya Monambimbi, he.
Situated along the southwestern coast of the African continent, Namibia is truly a remarkable contrast. With a land surface 4 times the size of Great Britain, it is one of the most sparsely populated countries in Africa, with an estimated population of about 2.2 million people. The north-central part of the country is the most densely populated area, with an average population density of 26 people per square kilometer, more than 10 times the national average. Namibia is the most arid country south of the Sahara. Namibia is a country of clear blue skies and a pleasant, warm climate. The country's landscape is an ever-changing kaleidoscope, changing from the Namib dunes along the coastline in the west to teak woodlands and waterways in the northeast. Namibia has 2 deserts, the Namib Desert in the west and the Kalahari Desert in the east. Namibia is well renowned for its national park system, including the vast Etosha and the popular Namib No-Kluft Park. This is Namibia, where you are sure to find adventure and you may just find yourself. Windhoek is the social, economic and cultural center of the country. Nearly every Namibian national enterprise, governmental body, educational and cultural institution is headquartered there. Namibia welcomes you.
The conference venue will be the 4-star rated Safari Court and Conference Centre. This modern facility offers a wide range of rooms and services, as would be expected in any international hotel. Alternative accommodation is available within close proximity to the conference venue. Guests have the privilege to choose between the Arabush Travel Lodge, which offers a high-quality wilderness accommodation with a modern touch, or the internationally acclaimed Windhoek Country Club Resort and Casino, which was originally built to host the 1995 Miss Universe pageant. Within the city centre area, one finds the Hilton Windhoek Hotel, which is part of the worldwide network of Hilton hotels. There's also the Kalahari Sands Hotel and Casino, which is part of the Sun International Hotels. There are several other hotels and guest houses in and around the city for the convenience of all delegates.
Namibia was greatly humbled by the honor bestowed to it by the ICPA board to host the ICPA 16th Annual Conference in 2014. This is only the second time that this conference is being held in Africa. It is therefore with a great sense of pride that it invites all members of the ICPA and the interested stakeholders to the ICPA 16th Annual Conference to be held in Windhoek, Namibia, 27 to the 31st of October 2014. Namibia is not under any illusions as to the seriousness of the challenge of preparing and hosting a conference of this magnitude. We are confident of our ability to deliver a powerful and exciting conference in 2014 that will address some of the unique and difficult challenges to reform, both in Namibia and in the African continent. There is a common acceptance that Africa is rising in terms of social and economic development. I want you to see as well, my friends, that Africa is rising in a progressive reform in corrections with a determined focus on the safe reintegration of offenders. For the ICPA 2014, we are privileged to have the unwavering support of our African brothers and sisters through AXA. I therefore extend a special invitation to African member states of the ICPA to send as many speakers, presenters, and delegates as possible to welcome the world to the cradle of humankind and to share with it our true story of change in prisons and corrections with the rest of the world. We believe this theme provides a strong and relevant rallying point for papers, presentations, and discussions at the conference. The theme draws attention to the core principles of the ICPA of humane containment, least restrictive methods, and a holistic approach to the rehabilitation and reintegration of offenders as contributing and law-abiding citizens.
The Namibian Correctional Service under the Ministry of Safety and Security devised a set of principles and processes in order to ensure that it delivers safe, secure, rehabilitative, and humane custody of offenders. The NCS endeavors to assist in the management of custodial sentences in a way which encourages and supports offenders to change their criminal behavior and desire to live as law-abiding citizens upon release from incarceration. However, these NCS priorities are being set within a rather challenging social-economic context. A large segment of our country is still living below the poverty line. Further, a large number of our offender population has a high level of illiteracy and lack of skills for employment. The introduction of the Offender Risk Management Correctional Strategy at the Windhoek Central Prison and Elizabeth Nepemba Correctional Facility over the last 4 years has enabled the Namibian Correctional Service to implement an evidence-based approach to managing offenders. The Windhoek Central Prison opened its doors in 1963. This was at the height of the colonial occupation of Namibia, when the focus of incarceration was control and punishment. Over the last 5 years, we have managed to make significant alterations and additions suitable for the unit management concept. Today, Windhoek Central Prison sets the pace of prison reform by serving the nation in its quest to have offenders rehabilitated through a scientific process that allows offenders to respond to a series of tests and privileges throughout the period of their incarceration. The living units accommodate smaller and manageable number of offenders based on the security risk classification. This change of direction was facilitated by the successful implementation of the Offender Risk Management Correctional Strategy. In order to cater for as many offenders as possible, vocational training in various trades is available in several of our institutions. Over the years, hundreds of unemployed and illiterate offenders have been assisted to acquire skills which have enabled some of them to become successful entrepreneurs who are today lawfully earning their living, as well as creating job opportunities for others. The NCS believes that offenders can change their criminal behavior when provided with a supportive environment conducive to behavior change. Just under 700 kilometers from Windhoek, the Elizabeth Nepemba Correctional Facility provides for a quiet and secluded environment for young offenders from the ages of 18 to 35 to start over. The Staff Training Center is located 240 kilometers from Windhoek. The campus boasts modern classrooms, library, dormitories, a large multimedia auditorium, sports and recreation facilities. Just about 400 kilometers north of Windhoek, on the outskirts of the town of Tsumeb, is the Farm Scott Open Prison, which showcases architectural designs comparable to some of the most modern correctional facilities in the world. It is also where most of our meat production for the consumption of offenders is done. Oluno Rehabilitation Center is situated about 700 kilometers from Windhoek, where activities such as piggery project, bakery, as well as vehicle maintenance workshop are undertaken. Divundo Rehabilitation Center is about 900 kilometers from Windhoek. Main activities on the farm include crop production and milling of maize. Vegetables and fruits are also produced here. Through the various training activities conducted at the center, thousands of offenders have today acquired new skills as qualified brick makers, builders or farm workers in many parts of the country.
Guests to the conference will have the opportunity to experience the arrays of sights and sounds of the hinterland of Namibia, our beautiful, clean beaches, wildlife, our people, and what I assure you of, a warm African welcome for all.